Hello, it's your brother Humanity Peace Corps TV. I am here to talk about humanity and Africans are first human. Yes, I'm proud to say that. But the problem we have is eating me up. Believe me, I can't remove my eyes from the suffering, from the pains, from subjugation upon Africans. I have there's nothing I have not think about to understand the reason why Africans are suffering. But it always beat my imagination. How we have leaders, but nothing is moving. We claim to be independent. There's no evidence of independence. There's no evidence of being free as a nation or as a continent who has goes on from slavery, from subjugation, suppression. But have those things stopped? The answer is no. The answer is no. Africa is not free yet. If you think that because you have independent, you have flag, having flag is not evidence of being independent. Believe me. From what I have seen so far, for how many years Africa has been free? No, free. They claim to be free. So, no evidence for that. Watch this video.
It's time for us to just put the imperial hat back on to say, we're going to govern those countries if you're incapable of governing yourselves, because enough is enough. We're done being invaded.
Because our own national security risk is at stake.
Exactly.
National security interests are at stake.
You can say that about pretty much all of Africa. They're incapable of governing themselves and benefiting their citizens because the governments there are all about looting and pillaging and lining their pockets and going shopping in Paris instead of actually
All right, hold on a second. Hold on. People on the left are going to watch this. They're going to say, wait a minute, Eric Prince is talking about being a colonialist again.
Absolutely. Yes. Enough. Because if you go to these countries and you see how they suffer under absolutely corrupt, made-up governments that are just criminal syndicates, the people of Africa, the people of Latin America, a lot of them deserve.
So you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying there? He said that they are coming back to colonize Africa again because they see that Africa cannot govern themselves. But is it governing themselves? Is it who causes it? I will tell you. One, they will say they have given us freedom. You understand? They're giving us freedom. Let's use my place as an example, Nigeria. They say they gave Nigeria independence, but was there any independence? There's nothing. It's a well-civilized way of enslaving people. Colonization. Civilized way of colonization. Before anybody becomes a president in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, they have to go to England. Yeah? They have to go to England they have to go interview. By the time you go the first interview, the second interview, if you come back for second time interview in Britain, then that means they have appointed you. You have to go like 2 or 3 times interview before anybody becomes a president. Immediately you raise your hand that you want to contest for president, you have to go to that place. So is this independent? It's not. What they do is they choose who is very loyal to them. It doesn't care whether the person is a criminal. They doesn't care whether the person is a drug dealer. It doesn't care whether the person is a tyrant. They doesn't care if the person knows about leadership. They don't care about that. What they care about is the loyalty. Who is loyal to do what they ask them to do? That is what is happening in Africa. And they will tell us that we can't govern ourselves, that we need somebody to govern us. they need to recolonize us again because they have seen that we are suffering. It means we can't govern ourselves. But who is engineering it? They are in their place engineering our suffering. They don't care about it. What they care is about the natural resources coming from Africa. That is exactly what they care about. They don't give damn about humanity. They don't give damn about the people suffering. All they care about their interests. The interest they have in Africa is all they care about. You understand? You see this, I don't want to use the derogatory word here. You understand? You see what he's saying? That we can't govern ourselves. Therefore, we need to be recognized. We need to be governed. So they need to come back again to govern us because our leaders are criminals. Who is giving them that door for criminality? Is it not them? It is them. If somebody that is reasonable enter there, they will make sure either they assassinate him, they remove him, or they plot a coup against him. Every terrorism going on, they are the one that engineered the terrorism, so that they will use them to fight any government that is not in loyalty with them. They come as a peacemaker. They come as a ally to institute their military, and their military will create because of they know that Africans are selfish. They like material things. The greedy people there, they will gather them together. The criminals, the gangs, they will gather them together to use it to fight against the government that is not in their control. And by the time they remove that one and put the one that is them, then those monsters they have created already will now becomes a problem against the civilians. That is the problem we have in Africa. And I don't know how we are going to come out from it. Believe me, I don't know. The criminals are well loved by the West, and they are given the opportunity to rule. Once you are not a criminal and you are not in agreement with their status they have created about Africa, you understand? You have become their enemy. They will now label you many things to be able to kill you. Say, give a name, give a dog a name, and so that you can kill him. Every reasonable leader from Africa, they make sure it never lasts. That is it. Then how can we fight this war? How can we come out from this suffering? How can we be free? How can we have peace? Since Africa they say have gotten independence, no peace. No peace. All from this war to this war, from this crisis to this crisis. How can we be free from all this? The only freedom, the only hope of freedom is the freedom of Biafra. Believe me. It's only Biafra people that has the capability. It's only Biafra people that have the mind to free every other Africans. Biafra is the light of Africa. So if you have not been supporting Biafra freedom, that means you have no hope for other Africans. And they know this, Britain know this. Go to their histories. Go to their histories about us. The history they write about us. They know that we are the light. One of them, during the 1967 war, they know that, they said, if you give these people, allow them, they don't know what they can be with their resources and their brain. So for that, they can't allow us to be free and become independent state. So this is the reason why Nigeria is as it is, the most giant and the giant suffer. I can't understand. Let our people support this freedom. It is the hope of Africans. It is the hope of a common man, not the greedy leaders. They are not even a leader. Greedy criminals appointed by the West to control us and to enslave us. Indirect rule. Indirect colonization. That is what they are doing. Otherwise, how will a Baron somebody with a history of drugs, cartel, will become a leader, and they will accept him. They're not accepting him to help him to enrich the people. No. They accept him because they can use his crime to control him and remove him. Support Biafra. We are conducting our referendum. If you have never voted, please go and vote. It's very important. Thank you.